Hey, what's up? What's happening? Big KBs, we here to talk real quick. Yeah, I remember, but apparently we never done with this Kendrick and Drake shit. We're gonna talk about it for eons and centuries. We might go into 2027 talking about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. But anyways, in any days, Rory claims producer close to Kendrick Lamar claims that believes Drake actually won the battle. Now, why are we talking about this? Everybody's gonna have their own opinions on the battle. Shit, I have my opinion. You watching this video have your opinion. It is what it is. But I feel like it just hits different that it is a producer who works with Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if he produced any of the diss songs. Who fucking knows that? But the fact that the producer thinks Drake has won the beef is one thing. Now, of course, this is after Drake dropped Iceman, so maybe him just seeing everything in totality. Overall, maybe Drake won the beef. Because, yeah, the battle, he definitely lost. Even though, like I said, the last third of Family Matters is fire. I don't give a fuck what no nigga says. But even with that being said, overall, especially after Iceman and the numbers Iceman did, maybe, yeah, the producer's like, yo, that boy won't. You know what Kendrick's problem is? This nigga doesn't have staying power in the sense of he will go disappear for a good 4 to 5 years. I'm not saying I need an album from Kendrick Lamar every year, but at least if he was a bit more visible, we could have a conversation, but he's not. He just goes sit down, and that's really his issue. Yes. Yes. That's really his issue. He just goes sit down for a bit, and he don't come back. But anyways, let's see what happens. So, Mal was steadfast with his take about Drake winning the battle against Kendrick Lamar, and Rory has made him feel vindicated with the gossip. Drake and Kendrick Lamar's fan bases are among the most passionate, especially when their favorite artist is called out. As a result, when the beef went down, tense debates online were commonplace. That was even true for rappers and producers close with these artists, as well as the folks within hip-hop media. Rory Mal of the new Rory and Mal podcast were among the biggest or bigger platforms covering the battle intensely, and Mal in particular was staunchly defending Drake at the time. But while most spectators gave Lamar the win, there are some out there, even in the content rappers camp, who didn't agree. Rory delivered the inside scoop during a recent episode of the podcast, claiming that there was a producer in K.Dot's camp circle that Mal was right. He understands that most people aren't going to take his word. However, Rory says this Kendrick affiliate whispered in his ear in person with this very statement. Mal didn't celebrate this "I told you so" moment, but we have to imagine that Drake feels fans are going to. But it still doesn't change Rory's mind later in the clip. He explains how he thinks Lamar outsmarted Drake. Like we said, bro, Kendrick Lamar out Drake. He did a Drake to Drake in the sense of when Drake dropped back-to-back against Meek Mill, he beat him with a hit record. That's what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. If Drake doesn't want to admit it, it's fine, but that shit was a hit. It had some bop to it. Niggas was dancing to that motherfucker. It was what it was, big dog. It is what it is. By the way, did you see that this nigga dropped like some... If y'all went on the OVO story, he dropped like some anniversary, some classic like fucking merch or clothing. I'm gonna pick me up a couple pieces, I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, Rory focuses on the fact that Drake felt he needed to go toe-to-toe lyrically with a writer like Kendrick, but instead the latter hit the former with the okie doke in his eyes by making a hit with Not Like Us, which is widely viewed as the nail in Drake's coffin. Yeah, it was. But even though many think this was a humiliating loss for Toronto's own, they should have said October's very own, that would have been better. Folks in his circle claim this is being used as fuel for Iceman. It was fuel as Iceman. One of those people is Gordo. In an interview earlier this month, the artist or DJ formerly known as Carnage said, artistically, with all of the music that he's making, they just won't wake the effing beast. They just woke up the effing beast that they haven't seen in a long time. Even though I do like Iceman, and there were some songs on there, motherfucker. I'm not gonna say like. Again, I feel like time has to pass. I'm not gonna say like this is one of the greatest Drake projects ever, but again, that makes me happy. The circumstance of it, the situation of it, and all the things that he had to go through was a bit shitty. Obviously, he said. As for the progress of the album, okay, nigga, the album's already out. I ain't reading this. This is an older story, by the way. So again, that's why it's talking from like past of view, if you will. But again, I'm not surprised by this. Everybody has their opinion. I wouldn't be surprised there's some LA niggas or even niggas in his camp that's like, yo, low-key Drake kind of won that shit. That's just Kendrick. If Kendrick didn't disappear as much as he did and go sit down, listen, he raising his kids, he doing whatever he doing, and he don't gotta perform that like that, which is perfectly fine. But even still, it would just look away. Cause yeah, he dropped GNX, he did his thing, but yeah, Drake's still selling. You didn't watch the party die. He's still doing this thing on the chart. Like, yeah, I feel like it was hard. If you really trying to get this nigga out the paint, it's hard. And for you to get this nigga out the paint, yeah, you could beat him in a rap battle, but you also gotta be consistent and do what this nigga does. Because if you are trying to get Drake out of here, you gotta have his replacement or be his replacement. None of y'all niggas is equipped, either well equipped or want to be that nigga's replacement. So this nigga's still gonna be over here. And that's really the issue with it. If Kendrick and even J. Cole to another extent, we're going to talk about the big three here. Or what was the big three. If y'all niggas was prepared to do that, make the hit songs that transcend just hip-hop, that go on the pop road or whatever, then you could make a case that you really got this nigga out of here and we watched the party die. But in this, like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It was what it was at this point, and nigga, we just gonna see what's gonna transpire with this. But yeah, I'm not surprised the producer said that to Rory. Now it looks away because of the way the coverage of the beef was, and we know Ma is in the top 1% of OVO ovulator, so it does look away. But besides all that, we'll see exactly what happens. But hey, so our friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ did while doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. You like, subscribe, and hype. You trying to hit a little bit more, you heard me. And I'm gone. Slimes on P-Shiles gang. Aye.